the vice president to give whatever technical advice.
I just read a provision that the vice president, the role that he has, in fact, if you look at the vice president role in the constitution, very, very small. In fact, those roles that were given originally, Geronis decided to take them away. So virtually, as we speak, our vice president really doesn't do much unless the president says, go and do this. And the back stops with the president. The finance minister reports directly.
Okay, so let me ask. So on which remit is the vice president going around doing all of these digital things?
Yeah, because he's so, what do you call it? Assigned.
He's assigned.
Yes.
Who assigned him?
The president would assign you.
The president assigned him to do digital things.
Yeah,
but the president didn't see it wise to look at the vice president's strength and
exactly
assign him to go and do economics.
Are you saying the digital thing was assigned or it was a matter of his own strategy?
You see, there are things...
Anyway, be that as it may, I'm saying, for somebody who built his entire reputation on this economics business, I am quite surprised he hasn't said anything about domestic debt exchange. And it is shocking. I'm extremely surprised. And I'd love to hear from his office why the office hasn't said anything. Or they have an explanation too for that one. Because when things seem to take a positive turn, he quickly appeared to come and say, we told you that will arrest the city. And he broke jail and did prison break season 1 to 5. Now he's back. You see, look, when we do things in this country, we shouldn't constrict ourselves to the law is important, but there are bigger conversations outside of the law.
Okay.
There are bigger conversations
I
outside
think you have sided, and sorry to make this, because I need to make it easy for people. The argument has shifted. Initially, we were discussing Sophia Akufu's comments and what it reveals about the unpopularity of the decision, for which reason we brought the vice president's silence. And my initial feeling was that he disagreed with the position. And I think you believe that to be true, and you say he has a right to be silent. But Godfrey's point is that politically, he doesn't have that luxury. He can't pick and choose what he supports and what he does not. And so, once he's part of a government, he must be consistent. Now, if he's so, and we are trying to distinguish between principle and convenience. Principle versus interest. Because somebody said, politics far too often is masqueraded as a contest of principles when it actually is just a battle of interests. So, and I brought the fact that he's running for president possibly as his interest. Okay, so for me, the Godfrey's argument that his silence is inconsistent, I think there's some merit in it, because we all agree that if this is the most important economic challenge we face in 40 years, and the strategy of government is a debt program, which is considered unjust, unfair, and wicked. He chooses to be part of that government. That tells us something.
What should he have? So you are saying he should speak. What should he say?
No, I'm not saying he should speak. So, for example,
no, you say you want to hear him.
So, for example, he said
on the issue of
so for example, for example,
what should he say?
For example, so I don't know what he believes in. He should tell us what he believes.
You see,
this guy, I'm not saying he should speak. I'm not saying he should tell us one specific thing. The question is, what does he believe about the debt exchange?
You see, Bernard,
I'm coming. If he believes that the debt exchange, and sorry, we are personalizing this, is the debt exchange part of the solution? So, for example, he could say there's a broad raft of solutions the government has. The debt exchange is the most unpopular that we are front-loaded. But there are other things we will do to help to resolve the economic crisis. The debt exchange is what we are front-loading because of our fiscals. He could say that, right? To say that there are other aspects of a broader program. He could say that. I don't expect him. I'll be naive to say I want him to go and say the debt exchange is wrong. He won't say that. Okay? But I'm saying that there are things you can do. I'm coming. To own. So when you ask me, I'm answering. To own. So if I went, I'll say, okay, where we are is structural, fiscal, and debt. The debt exchange is the most difficult. So we do the most difficult now. The most unpopular, we'll do it now. And then we'll spend the next 18 months to do fiscal and structural.
You want him to say that?
Why not?
Debt exchange, when he doesn't believe in it?
No. But I'm saying that Oscar, no, don't you understand? The debt exchange has been agreed to by the government. They are doing it.
You see,
and I'm saying that, you see, there's no inconsistency when you say the debt exchange, because the debt exchange is not the only solution. Do you understand what I'm saying? What I'm saying to you is that if you look at the fiscal hole we are in, There are things you must do structurally, like CDD says, realign your government. There are things you must do fiscally, like the bondholders told you. Then there are things you must do on the debt side.
What makes you think that that's not his view?
Why hasn't he said it?
You see, Bernard, the moment he comes out, if I'm the vice president, and I disagree with this, the single most controversial...
But how does what I've said disagree with what the finance minister is doing?
Hold on.
What I've said doesn't disagree. What I'm saying is that you are... No, Sky, you don't see everything as like black and white. I am not... What I've said is not to disown the debt exchange. That's not what I'm saying. Okay. There's no inconsistency in accepting and owning an unpopular decision and then pointing a way to what else can be done to mitigate the views. Do you understand what I'm saying? So the debt exchange is... I'm not saying that he should say the debt exchange is the best thing to do. I am saying that all of us who understand a bit of economics know that you cannot solve Ghana's economic problems with the debt exchange program. Everybody knows that.
What is the single most controversial thing?
Oh, wait. I'm saying that the finance minister even knows that the debt exchange is not going to solve all our problems. Number one. Number two, it is the most unpopular of all the solutions.
Exactly.
So I am saying that if you are part of an economic management team with ideas, it's a leadership challenge you are facing.
So he should come and own it.
He has to.
Bernard, you see, that is...
He has to, because it is, whether he likes it or not, whatever the party he represents in 2024, that is their so what that's what I'm saying. So you see, Sky, even if he doesn't say anything about it, in fact, it's even worse if he doesn't say anything about it, because
in 2024 he has to inherit
because
it.
People will vote on the basis of what the debt has done to them.
Okay.
So to say that because it doesn't, I'm saying that we have to raise the bar of public discourse. So own the decision. Own the decision. And then give us a way out. That's so I'll give an example. Obama was running for president. His pastor went to say, "God damn America." Meanwhile, he wrote a book called Audacity of Hope. So Obama was trying to say, let's bring everybody together. His pastor said, America is evil. America. What did Obama do? He resigned from the church, but he then gave a speech.
Exactly.
Wait! But when he resigned from the church, what did he do? A church is not a political party. He resigned from the church and he gave a speech to now say there are two views of America. Listen to that speech carefully. He said, there are people like me who have caste. Black people have lived their whole life being condemned by white people and relegated to the background. So I can understand why a black man will feel the way about America. But I also need to talk about my white side, because my mother is white. And I can also tell you why white people feel the same way. So what did he try to do? He tried to bring the two sides together. So my point is that was what made us fall in love with Obama, because he used the powers of speech and his intelligence to bring people together in a very difficult situation, which was not necessarily black and white. Now, you could have said Obama should talk. Does he agree with Pastor Wright or not? The answer is not whether I agree with Pastor Wright or wrong. The answer is, what can we glean from what Pastor Wright is doing, and what can we take from what the other side feels to move each other collectively forward? That is the task of leadership. So being silent is not the answer.
You are ignoring politics in all of this.
Oh, rather?
Yes, you are ignoring politics in all of this. You want the man to come and say that, the what do you call it? Dex exchange is one of the options. So let's swallow it while we explore other options. Yes. Hold on. The view that I take, which is a view that many people in government articulate but will not come out publicly to say, which appears to be what would inspire Alan to speak the way he does, is that this debt exchange program thing you are doing ought not be the way. The way ought be the CDD approach.
Are they the majority?
Which one?
You can't
Cutting government side.
You said something. You said the view in government. I'm just asking, that view that you are saying is
from some people in government, yeah.
Not every
you can't be everybody.
If that is the majority view, then they are spineless. Because if there's a majority view, you see, if this is a minority view within government, I'm not talking minority in. I'm saying that if the view just espoused is what majority of influential people are telling you in government, then they are spineless people. Because if you believe that you have a superior solution, and the president has allowed the finance minister to railroad us into this corner, you should come out and say, no, we won't agree, and we will not support it. Do you understand? That's no. Because you can, Sky, unless you are telling me that these are a few isolated people in government who believe that their view may be the best, but they are outnumbered. But if they are the majority, then that is even a bigger problem.
You see, from everything that you have said, if the vice president comes out today to say that he disagreed with the debt exchange program, which is actually the controversy, not going to the IMF. Going to the IMF is not a problem. The reason we are where we are is because pensioners are angry. It's because investors are angry. Bondholders like you are angry. People who have invested their money is being taken away to pay a government debt. And they are being told that we'll pay you back the money, but in a couple of years or 5 years to come. That's why we are here. So going to the IMF is not a controversy.
So what is your conclusion?
The point I'm making is that when the vice president is not leading the conversation on that, it reflects a certain posture. It reflects a certain thinking. And if he were to come out today to say that he disagrees with the debt exchange program, not going to the IMF, the next thing will be he should resign.
Which is why I'm saying that I'm not listening to me. I am not saying he should come and say he disagrees with the program.
You are saying he should own it.
I am saying that.
Why should he own something that he disagrees with?
Okay, so
Bernard, if I am in this,
you don't get me. He does something. He does have that luxury, and I'm saying that. Look, so you have to decide where your personal principles have. So you see, you must have a predetermined measure of what you can take as a leader before you enter. So, for example, if I enter politics, there must be things I know that this has crossed the line. Yes. I can't stay with this anymore if I'm a man of principle. Now, the reason why some people can't enter politics is that they've counted the cost and realized that I don't trust my personal convictions enough. Sky, listen, I don't trust personal convictions enough to say we've drawn the line. That's the point I'm making. So if we so believe what we tell the public, then there must be lines drawn. So I'm saying that there are two possibilities. If he believes the debt exchange is so inimical to our economic welfare, then it means that he has reached a line where he has to say, I don't agree, so I'm stepping out. But you are saying that's naive because I don't understand politics. Well, I may not understand politics, but I understand principles. Number two, on the issue of what then does he say, I was trying to give you a way out that if you say you are going to remain with the government, it means you believe that even though your personal view is so deeply against what the government has decided, once they've decided it, deciding to keep quiet about it only worsens your situation. Do you understand? So now that they've agreed to do it, offer a roadmap, because the reality is that they are doing it. So you either resign, or now that they are doing it and you can't resign, what do? Give us a way to ameliorate it. So I'm saying, accept the decision, own it, and say, okay, when we do the exchange, there are other things we can do to also help bring back. And it's not even doing that. So the fact that I say you should own debt exchange doesn't mean that he shouldn't own debt exchange.
For oil,
no, he shouldn't own debt exchange as the only solution to Ghana's problems.
Is he doing the gold for oil? Is it targeted at dealing with the economic difficulties?
Well, but he hasn't linked it to debt exchange.
But why? The reason we are here is a mixture of so many things.
Okay. Let's take a short break and come back to something we're talking about. Tomorrow is Valentine's Day. We have a lot of things we are doing as caveman watches, and I'm going to tell you three quick things they are doing. They have a Valentine package for us. They have a CSR project as well, and they are saying that between today and 15th, you can get your bespoke caveman watch. Shishi. And this is to the women who have been buying only supporter and handkerchief for their men during Valentine's Day. This year, we are not taking supporter. We are not taking singlet. Please, men, are you listening to me? This year, we need proper gifts. The days of supporter and singlet, we will not take again. Invest money in a caveman watch and brand it Obudai. Every day go handkerchief, small handkerchief, few I singlet, kake for boxer shorts, kake small. We rebel against all those gifts.
This is the Citi Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
Bet365 is now officially available in Ghana. My G, if you love sports, there's no better way to get a piece of the action. Build your own personalized bet with Bet Builder and select from popular markets on the biggest sports. You fit make multiple selections within a single match. For example, in football, you can choose first goal scorer and both teams to score to create your bet. Charlie, visit the official site at bet365.com.gh. Over 18s only. Terms and conditions apply. Please gamble responsibly.
Ajua, Grandma looked very peaceful. I was completely amazed when I saw her neatly presented. She looked just like she was sleeping.
You haven't seen anything yet, my brother. You should have seen the care and quality treatment they gave her at transitions. One man, one room, just like a 5-star hotel.
Wow.
And not only that, we had a dedicated person to guide the family through the funeral planning process.
Are you sure?
Of course. From picking her up to when we lowered Grandma down, everything was completely stress-free. They had all the needed funeral services, caskets, hearse, chapel, and so much more.
This one, dear, no family fights after all.
I'm so happy we made a right decision to use Transitions.
With Transitions, your loved one gets the best of care while the family enjoys a stress-free funeral planning process. Call us now on 0302 634 706. And no, did I tell you they're affordable? Transitions, the funeral people.
Power and performance. That's what you get in every So Clean concentrated detergent pack. Power and performance. The essence of Paris Saint-Germain. With the concentration of powerhouse players, Marquinhos, Marco Verratti, Presnel Kimpembe, Neymar Jr. and Lionel Messi. The partnership of concentrated power now forged. So Clean, the official regional partner of Paris Saint-Germain. This advert is FDA approved.
Are you an entrepreneur in the formal or informal sector between 16 and 55 years? Are you seeking an opportunity to fund and grow your business? Say no more. I Am Investable is here to make your dream come true. Join the I Am Investable Business Initiative now and receive up to 50,000 cedis grant, mentorship and support to grow your business. To participate, send a summary of 250 words about your business or a 2-minute video of you telling us why your business is viable and investable. A processing fee applies. Pitch your business to success today. Visit iaminvestable.com for more details. Terms and conditions apply. I Am Investable, empowering innovative businesses for growth.
Join the conversation on the Citi Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/Citi97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/Citi973, and Instagram at instagram.com/Citi973 with the hashtag CitiCBS.
This is the Citi Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
Watchmaking space by storm. Anthony, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Bernard.
How old is Cape Man Watches?
Oh, we're going to have our 5th anniversary this year.
What gives a young man the idea to build a luxury watch brand in Accra, Ghana?
Bernard, it be hunger.
Oh, wow.
Started from hunger.
Serious?
I mean, being jobless and just trying to find something to do with my life. And
wow.
So when that idea popped up, I'm somebody who it's all or nothing for me. So I don't like to be in the middle. I like to push to the extreme level. So that's how the brand kept growing, because as I got the idea, I started pushing it, adding value. And I'm not satisfied at all with what I've done.
But why watches of all things? I mean, you could have gone into other things. Why watches?
I've always believed that people should, find gaps in the markets and then build their own markets in the gap. I don't believe in people always trying to rush into already choked sectors. So identifying the watch terrain as something that people hadn't dominated, it was a good opportunity for me to jump in there and then pioneer and dominate that industry. So I basically created a watch industry myself from scratch. And then,
So there were no Ghana watch brands?
None.
No Ghana watch brand?
None.
That's incredible.
Now, even the difference is a watch brand and a locally made watch. There's quite a difference.
As in made here.
Yeah,
not
made
like an
here.
imported watch that they put a name on it.
Exactly, that's the difference. So when I did my research, I didn't find any locally made watch brand. I found a few African-owned brands, about 5 of them.
Wow.
Some in South Africa and other places, but like I said, they were just locally owned. You know, so this is the only place in the world where you can actually walk into our space. We sit with you, design your watch with you, and within a day or two, you have your watch made how you want it.
How did you put the whole thing together in terms of the skills, the workmen, the finance, the marketing?
Yeah.
5 years, you've done, I mean, how did you do that?
So I've been in the watch space for 8 years now.
Okay.
I sold watches, repaired watches for 3 years before I launched my brand.
Okay.
So those 3 years helped me to know the watch terrain inside out.
Okay.
To repair watches and then know the faults that all these imported watches have. Most of these watches are not even made for our weather conditions. So repairing watches for some years. And also, you know, I used that time to gather my customer base. So I didn't launch my brand now looking for customers. I had a clientele to, you know, sort of like hit the ground running. Yeah, and naturally, I'm a craftsman.
Okay.
I know how to draw very well. I did science in school, did chemistry and physics, did business administration and management in uni. So it's like a bit of everything coming together. So the watch industry is a very surgical one. The attention to detail is like a top requirement. And these are things I've had growing up. I'd been a craft person. I had been a perfectionist growing up and pushing boundaries. So it's a bit of everything coming in together for me.
Amazing. Now you have a Valentine's package. Tell me about that.
Yeah, so we are basically giving a 50% off the customization cost, not off the cost of the watch itself.
Okay.
So somebody coming in.
So you need to explain that properly.
Yes, I think people get it wrong. They think the 50% is on the watch itself, but there's a cost that comes with customizing a watch. We have watches on the shelf that you can buy and go, but when you pick a watch off the shelf and you choose that, oh, I don't like the color. Can I change the color? I don't like the numbers. Can I have Roman numerals? Can I have this symbol here? Can I have a name here? Can I have a signature here? That's the beauty of what we're doing. The only place you can walk into a watch shop and alter the designs of one single watch. It's not done anywhere. So that comes at, different costs.
So it's the customization that you are subsidizing.
Yes.
So the basic is the price of the watch plus the customization cost. So if you're just going to buy a normal watch, you can just go and buy your watch. I see. But the customization cost, how do you customize it? What do you do to customize it?
Yeah, so like I mentioned, some people do come in and then, you like a particular watch, but you want to change the color of the dial. Somebody says, well, I like this watch, but I don't like the blue color. Can I have it in red? Can I have it in blue? Can I have it in yellow? You get that option. Can I change the indices from probably Roman numerals to actual numbers? You get to choose whatever you want with the indices. You want to have a name written inside the watch or written inside the movement or the engine of the watch. You want the date feature at the number 6 level, or you want the date shifted to number 3. All these little things. Some people want Ghana maps in here. Some want the Edinkra symbol here. You literally get to like build your own watch. And it's not done anywhere in the world. Amazing. I think other watch brands will be mad at me for...
So you're given a window for this. This offer is until when?
Till the 15th. Because people do some late Valentine orders a day after the day itself. So we extended it to 15th.
I see. I was asking Kokui that this is our thing. They should buy it for the men, but she insists that she has a female caveman watch, and the brand is not just for men, and that we can also buy for them.
Yes.
So, what are the market segments that you cater to?
Well, I can proudly say that there is nobody who has a caveman watch that is not a top-headed guy. Let me put it that way.
Okay.
It's a great community to belong to. Very top-level corporate people. The price, we have watches as low as 500 cities, which I think is very generously priced.
Yes.
So we have watches on the shelf from 500 cities to 1,000, 1,500, 2,000, 5,000. And then personally, I find a lot of delight in making bespoke watches for people. And those could go to, 150,000 cities.
Because of the specific things they want in it. So this is the parts and the level of customization.
Exactly. Some people want an actual gem, diamond in there.
So you have to then get that and put in for them as well.
The prices differ.
Amazing.
Per the customization request.
Let's talk about your CSR project as well. So your company, apart from growing in the past 5 years, is trying to do something. Which communities is this, and what are you trying to do in those communities?
We went as far as what's the name of this place? Upper East. We went to Upper East to drill some boreholes there. So what happened was that I was watching one of your reports on
CNR.
Yeah, CNR. And then they identified these communities that were dealing with water issues, and I'm like, hey, I feel like sometimes the cost of one of my watches could drill a borehole that could serve 5,000 or whatever thousands of people.
That's a good way of
What if every company was doing this? So I felt really bad that the watch somebody would put on his wrist could actually provide clean water for a lot of people. Then it was a huge responsibility to play a huge role in this path. So we dedicated some of our watches, the Water Africa version of the watches.
Okay.
So you can walk in there and buy a watch, or you can buy the Water Africa version of the same watch.
So that money then goes into
the funds that we pull up to drill these boreholes. So we are currently working on one this very month, a partnership with Kobiche.
Oh, nice.
So Kobiche, when he identifies these communities that need water, then we pick it up from there, and then we solve the issue.
Where can we get the watches?
We are very active online on social media. Caveman Watches, one word, on all platforms. And also our website is cavemanwatches.com.
Caveman Watches, all one word.
All one word, cavemanwatches.com. We are located at Adjungano, where the new AstroTurf is.
We know the
Just
place.
2 buildings after the AstroTurf. On your left when you're coming from American House.
Yes.
And the phone number is 055-751-6744. Just call or WhatsApp the number 055-751-6744. And I would say gladly that, people have a tough time identifying gifts for big men. They think big men have everything. We don't know what to get for them.
Yes.
But I can tell you for a fact that a lot of men who even have a lot of watches barely have watches that have their names made, or some features of the watches made for them in particular. So that's a very great way to deal with that challenge of not knowing what to get for a big man. So let's make custom watches. It could be their name or some particular date that means something to them or to you, or a logo,
or a color that they really like.
Something. And those gifts are very timeless.
Amazing stuff. So you can call as well. Is there a number to call for this special offer?
Yes, same number 055-751-6744. 055-751-6744, or contact any of our social media platforms at Caveman Watches or the website cavemanwatches.com.
So you are more into delivery, so they can buy from anywhere. They don't have to have so many showrooms. They can go online.
Yes.
And then you will bring the watch to them.
Bring to you. We have a partnership with DHL. We ship anywhere in the world at all. So you are covered with your deliveries.
Wonderful stuff. Anthony Jamefe is the founder and CEO of Caveman Watches. 5 years in the business, 8 years in the watch business, and is making all of us proud with his bespoke watches. Get one for your significant other this Valentine's season. No more supporter, no more singlet, no more white handkerchief. What our watch?
We want a caveman.
I tell you. Yes.
Don't be discouraged, though I realize it's hard to take courage in a world full of people. You can lose sight of it when the darkness inside you makes you feel so small. But I see your true colors shine.
Right, so wouldn't it be great if you could get a taste of your destination before you even arrive? On Emirates, you can dine on gourmet meals inspired by regional cuisine. And what better way to toast the start of your holiday than with your choice of free-flowing drinks? Find out more at Emirates.com. So whenever you decide to fly on Emirates. You get so much more in Emirates economy.
Now, the Heritage Caravan 2023 is officially sold out. Thank you very much for your patronage. If you have a spot, grab your bags and let's go. We are going to 13 of 16 regions of Ghana to experience great culture, great places of interest, and great field days with nature. The 2023 Heritage Caravan is powered by Citi TV in partnership with the Ghana Tourism Authority with support from Citi FM and proudly sponsored by Hollard Ghana, the European Union, Malta Guinness, Ebony Condoms, Gore Company Limited, National Lottery Authority, Voltic Mineral Water, and Colgate Natural Extracts.
This guy has come back to the studio. I don't know what the problem is.
Talk me, Jam, my friend. Charlie, I have heard all the good stories about the great work you are doing, producing a gaforoki, and then which you are selling.
Building boreholes.
It's doing all the great things you are doing. And I support all of them.
Thank you very much.
I am a true and proper son of the Republic of Ghana, and for that matter, the Volta region. And I left this country to go and read law.
Okay.
In the process, I won 5 major awards.
Okay, where are we heading? Where are we heading with all this? Where are we heading?
No, wait. Coming back to this country, not people haven't celebrated me enough.
Okay.
I have not gone to do stories to put online that I have done this. So even Gaporoki you do and say, Richie Sky.
Oh, you are using my airtime to clamor for a personal gift.
That's unethical. No, it's not unethical. I'm not saying I will promote this.
Bernard, save me. Bernard,
stop it,
Bernard, save me.
I remember. Follow him to the Upper East region for his next borehole project.
Bernard, only you can
support him to do. When you support him to do the borehole, he will do one of the borehole watches for you.
Hold on. I'm making a point. Hold on.
The point has been
I'm saying that in all of this, you won't say, Gaforoki the car for this man at a reduced price. I'm not saying that. Okay. Yes, that's the commitment I want to hear you make on the radio.
Listeners, thank you for listening. I just wanted to say that the whole discussion, we are trying to think about our reality, so we are bringing different perspectives to the matter, and it should not be considered personally. And I also feel people should not be taken out of context because it was a long discussion which lasted over 45 minutes. So don't pick one line from what Sky or Godfrey or Bernard will say and say Sky says this or Godfrey says this. It's not a sensible way of analyzing a 1-hour speech, because if Sky speaks for 40 minutes and then you pick one line from what he says and go and put it on Twitter and say, which is Sky says this, and post insulting him, you haven't achieved anything. So he was making a broader point, and then he made a submission that you heard. So let's do it that way so that it can be richer, right? So we are all trying to better our lot. So let's not take people out of context. Very important. All right. So Netele Ajaho is back. She was here for the business news. She's back with City News at 10. Good morning again, Netele.
Good morning, Bernard. Coming up in City News at 10, about 4,000 Burkinabés who trooped to the Boku West municipality